as you might be able to tell, the kind of topic we're looking at today is cumulative frequency polygons, which is a mouthful, which is why they have a very short abbreviated name, which seems to have nothing to do with cumulative or frequency or polygons. Does anyone know what's the other name for these? Starts with an O.
Ogive.
It's an ogive, that's right. I don't know if they just made this up because they were just sick of saying cumulative frequency polygon, but there you go. Different name, same thing. Okay. Now we're going to look at, well, how do you make these things? How do you draw them up? How do you construct them? More importantly though, that's kind of just staying on. Like you've actually looked at the construction of these before. We're sort of going to more focus on interpretation. And the textbook actually doesn't look that much at interpretation of these graphs. So I actually have a separate worksheet here that I'm going to give you, but that's kind of our 2 stages for today. Okay, so right now we're doing the construction bit. And there are 4 steps that we're going to go through. It's really easy to construct an ogive, okay? And it all begins with your data. Here you go, this is our starting point. Now it might not get presented to you like this, but this is how we're going to present it to do the working. So if you're going to do a cumulative frequency polygon, it makes sense that step 1 is to work out the cumulative frequencies, right? Okay, so that's what this CF column is about. Now just to jog your memory, F for frequency, how do we build cumulative frequency off of frequency? Yeah, good, it's all just added up, right? So you start with here, right? This is just your first value, so there's nothing else to add on to this, so you just write down 3. That's easy. Okay. Now the cumulative frequency of this group, right? This is group's data that we're looking at. The cumulative frequency of this group is everyone in this group and everyone below. Okay, well, I mean, above here, but it's below in terms of value, right? So there you go, 18 plus 3, 21, no problem. Okay, now, as we go down, you could keep on adding up, like 3 and 18, and then 3 and 18 and 47, and then 3 and then 18 and 47, and so on. But you don't need to do all of those numbers all over again, because all of these will be in this number, right? So how do we get to this one? What do we add up? Yeah, good. You can see it there. 21, 47, and they sort of fall down to here, so you get 68. Okay, you're jogging your memory, I hope. All right, let's just finish off the table quickly. 68 plus 32, 100, 114, 120. Nice round number. Okay, so that was step 1. Step 1 is calculate the cumulative frequencies. Okay, no problems. Now, step 2 is where we come to this guy, our set of axes, right? Now you want to, this is step 2. You want to put some thought into your axes before you just start drawing it, bless you, and then you end up with something which, the values you've picked make your graph very hard to draw, okay? So first, along this axis down here, this is going to be our height axis, okay? So we'll have our different groups, these guys, okay? We're going to have them along the bottom here. Now, being that we're looking at group data, there are 2 ways to label these, right? I could either, these are both fine, I could either use these tops and bottoms of the different groups. Okay, that's actually what I'm going to do in a second. There is an alternative though. If there's group data, what else could I put down here? Good, I could say, well, the center of this class will be 312, and the center of this class will be 337, and on and on and on. Okay, you will see both in equal measure, basically. In this case, I'm going to use these numbers, 300, 325, and so on. So there's our horizontal axis. Okay? Now you notice I do end at 450, which isn't here, because that's kind of the end point of that last group. Alright, no problems. Now in order to construct your vertical axis, right, it's going to go all the way from 0 up to your cumulative frequency, right? So this is our cumulative frequency axis, right? Everyone does this differently. You've got a ruler there, right? So what I would probably do is say the top of your graph, right? Some arbitrary point. I don't know how tall you've made your graph. Well, you want to end at 120, right? Bless you. So now from there, I'm just going to divide it up into chunks. Rather than say, ooh, I'm going to make this 10, and then I'm going to go up and, uh-oh, I ran out of space. Or, uh-oh, I've only gone halfway, and I've gotten the highest number I need, okay? So if that's 120, you can get your ruler out and do this, but I estimate 60 will be about thereabouts. And I can halve the other intervals as well. That'll make this about 90, and this about 30. You get the idea. I'm not going to put all the rest of the numbers there because it's just going to clog it all up. But I will put in my increments of 10 because then when I draw these, I'll have a rough idea of where they'll fit. Okay, so that would be 10 and 20, 40 and 50, 70 and 80, 100 and 110. Not bad, considering I just guessed it. Yours look much better than mine because you're actually measuring things out.